So I want to say good luck to Mario Barrios and Manny Pacquiao, and I hope this fight everybody comes out healthy. Um, there's got to be a winner. So at the end of the day, I know there's stress upon Mario Barrios being so young, and if he loses to a 46-year-old, you know, but at the same time, if he beats Manny Pacquiao, congratulations. Um, the way I want to see this fight is like, am I picking Manny Pacquiao? Like I said, I don't know what Manny Pacquiao is coming in. Is he coming in like he's going to fight Keith Thurman, or is he coming in like he's going to fight Ugas? Um, Father Time knocked on his door. We don't know how much Father Time took time from him. You know what I'm saying? He looks good working out and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, your adrenaline it picks up in a fight, and we got to see how his stamina and his adrenaline acts getting back in that ring. He's been out the ring for a minute, so I what do I want from this fight? If Mario Barrios win, I won't be surprised or I won't be mad at all. As a Manny Pacquiao fan, like I said, it's been 4 years. When I first made my channel, I made it based on Terrence Crawford, Manny Pacquiao, and Errol Spence. And I made these. I did this channel specifically because all these other channels was saying that Manny Pacquiao don't have no chance with Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford. Now, in the beginning, I always said two things about Manny Pacquiao. I said, if Manny Pacquiao ever pops dirty, I would disown him. That's one. I always said that, right? Because all this thing about you know, the American ninjas love to say that he's on the juice and this and that, and I say, listen, until I find proof, until I see any proof, I ain't sweating it, right? Um, so that's one. The other one is I base my channel on Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence, and Crawford, and I also base it to say that he could beat Errol Spence, no problems, right? But when it comes to Terrence Crawford, at that time, this is 4 years ago when all this started, when everybody had the belt in the welterweight division, all three had the belt. I said Terrence Crawford is going to be a problem, but Manny Pacquiao will be the one that would test that chin. That was what my channel was based on. Those two things, right? Manny Pacquiao beating Errol Spence, and Manny Pacquiao having a problem with Crawford. And Crawford might beat him, or Manny Pacquiao will beat him, but it will be a test to watch, right? And those are my two best fighters right now, to tell you the truth. I'm glad Terrence Crawford is fighting Canelo. I'm glad to see Manny Pacquiao back. In this fight with Mario Barrios, if Manny Pacquiao goes 12 rounds and he doesn't fall like he did with Ugas, even though that wasn't his great performance, and he said he had cramps in his... Listen, I don't care about excuses. That goes for Crawford. That goes for Manny Pacquiao. I don't care about the shoulder and going into the water and the seawater cured you. I don't care about all that. I don't make excuses for boxers. Once you get your ass in there, that's your ass, okay? Excuses ain't gonna help the situation. Just say, listen, I got my ass beat down, and that's it. That's it. And say, look, there's another day, right? So, he had that performance with Ugas. He still was there, and people was like, "Oh, look at Manny. His wife is feeding him soup." Yeah, but then they don't say that the next day he was playing chess. Okay, his health is his wealth, and he's doing good. Even though he got a hit in his head, he's built for this, yo. Manny Pacquiao is built for this, yo. So that's one thing. And the thing about George Foreman, he had to go back up in the rankings to beat Michael Moore. But once I see something like that, and I see Sugar Ray coming back and the fight Hagler, Marvelous Hagler. No, when I see things, there's certain particular fighters that can do the impossible. And a lot of people in this generation don't understand that, right? There's certain fighters that could do the impossible. Now, if Manny Pacquiao comes in here and do the impossible and win, congratulations. All right? You broke your own record being the oldest welterweight champion, and you got a belt. Right? So, I just want to make sure, like, to my Mexican fans that support me and my Filipino fans, that I got nothing wrong with Mario Barrios. And I hate to see that people say, why did Mario Barrios take this fight? Why not? Why not? He's an icon. He's a legend. This fight, I've been waiting for Manny Pacquiao. It's like he disappeared. And I'm like, wait, the last time I heard he was supposed to fight Mario Barrios, and it never happened. And now all of a sudden popped up. So, and I'm very skeptical when it comes to the PBC. When Manny Pacquiao does fights with the PBC, I'm just sorry. You know what I'm saying? The okey doke with Ugas, the switcheroo with Ugas, when it was Spence, and when it comes to the PBC, for some reason, I don't hate them, but it's a lot of ninja time. I don't like being on their time. Like the way they do things, they do everything last minute, and it's just skeptic, right? That's my bias, okay? Hey, that's my bias. There's always something going on with them and they fighters, some reason. So at the end of the day, I hope that Mario Barrios and my man Manny Pacquiao gets it in and they come out healthy, right? And Mario Barrios, if you do lose, this is an if, because at the end of the day, even though I'm a so-called Pactar and I support Manny Pacquiao, but I do have standards, and I said if he ever catch him pop dirty, I would disown him, right? And I get proof, right? And it's just so funny that if he wins, he should get credit. If Mario Barrios wins, he should get credit. Even though that Manny Pacquiao is an old man, that man stepped in the ring. Okay? And like I said, George Foreman, all these people that do the impossible, we need this for boxing. And I want to hear the critics. If Manny Pacquiao beats or even gives a great performance, if he gives a great performance and go 12 rounds at that age and gives Mario Barrios competition, like I said, he won already. He won just stepping in the ring. So imagine he goes 12 rounds and it goes back and forth, right? Hey, man, Manny Pacquiao did impossible. Even if he didn't win, he did something that, and they'll always see. This is the thing about Manny going in the ring at this age, and then you start seeing people coming out saying, "Yeah, I will fight him now. I'll fight him." But your wealth is your health, Mr. Mayweather. So just stay out of it. Stay out of it. And I'll make a video about that. Depending on what happens with this fight, that Manny Pacquiao should not get his mind off and start chasing this man, Mayweather. Do not chase this man. Let him be. Okay? If there's any fight that you should take, it's a Tank fight. His time is gone, man. He had his time. Mayweather, like I said, if Manny Pacquiao win this fight, it leaves stuff and people had to say, damn, if that fight with Mayweather was 5 years earlier, so-and-so, what would have happened? Now, okay, Mayweather beat him at the time when they took the fight, but not to say that Mayweather wouldn't beat him if it was earlier, but if we had 1, 2, 3, three matches of this fight, it could have gone any way. And this is what Mayweather don't like. Whoever performs last in current time is taking the attention away from him. Okay? And putting thoughts in people's mind like what I just said. Man, that could have been a good trilogy. That could have gone, he would have won, Manny Pacquiao would have won, and then we could have saw a third match, or it could have been a draw, and then we could have saw a fourth match. But it didn't work that way, right? So let me just keep my mind off this man Mayweather, right? Because his health is his wealth, and he left the sport, and he doesn't need to come back. We don't need his ninja savior to come back to say that he have to prove something. Like you said, Mayweather, you proved everything. Go on about your way. Don't worry about who left the last taste in the fans' mouth of watching the impossible. And this is what I'm saying. If Manny wins, this man Mayweather people will start to forget. And that's what Mayweather don't want. He always want to be remembered. So the pressure's on Mayweather if Manny Pacquiao wins. But like I said, that fight should be for Tank. Regardless if people think Tank don't deserve it, like, you know, I don't care about all the bias. This is your protege so far, Mayweather, and they split and whatever. But I think Tank should get the fight, and I think that's a bigger fight. And then at the end of the day, whatever happens with that fight, if Pac wins, then we'll do the Mayweather fight. If Manny Pacquiao chooses, how about that, right? Because with all this shit, it's gonna be a lot of drama with Mayweather and Pac, and the drug test, and I just don't want the diva mentality what made Pac 2, and this is what Mayweather would do. He will want to set all the rules. Knowing he haven't, he's out of retirement. I mean, he's just not fighting anymore. He want to come back and put these diva rules, and I'm not with all that shit. So I'll just get straight to the point with the young lion, Tank Davis. That's what I'll do if I was Manny, if I win this fight. And people always say, well, why Mayweather, man, get this guy out my... Why did Manny Pacquiao come back? Is he broke? Well, guess what? Like I always say, you broke. You just don't got an icon name. I don't have an icon name. So we got to make this work. We got to make this work. But if you got an icon name, we're gonna work that icon name till the wheels fall off, bro. If God gives me the willing and the able and the body and the mentality, get your ass in the ring and do what you do best. And my opinion, I knew Manny Pacquiao, this guy Mayweather, he irritates me. I knew when he went to be the president and the Senate, I didn't like that. That's my bias. That's my opinion. I didn't like that. I thought it was a waste of time. I felt like if you want to do things for your country, spend the money, open up schools, do this, stay the hell away from politics. That's my opinion. I think most of those years that he went into that politics thing took a lot of time off. And I think, this is my opinion, I think Manny Pacquiao kind of regretted that. There's a time and place for that. If you had kept on going with your boxing career, and hey, let's say you win now and you beat Mario Barrios, and then you fight Tank or whatever, or you decide to hang it up after that and be like, you know what, that young man could crack. I don't know if I could deal with this no more. I learned my lesson, and God gave me that last fight, and God told Father Time to sit still in the corner and let me do my thing. Then, and you say, you know what, it's time to hang it up. Because it's either you hard-headed and you need to get knocked out, right? Because some people are like that, man. And that's not being hard-headed. He's just being a warrior. And if God gives him the ability to speak different languages, play the piano, play chess, do all this stuff, and he feels he's able and he's willing, then don't spit in God's face and go in there like a warrior. See, in this new generation, people, they quit quick. A lot of people quit quick. They can't see what you're seeing, and they're saying, "Oh man, this is not good for you. We so worried." They're not worried about your health. They worry about you breaking records. They're not worried about your health. You know what I'm saying? That when something goes wrong in the ring, they be like, "Oh, I told you so." Man, I don't care about telling nobody nothing, bro. If that man stepped in the ring to be a warrior, that's all that matters. I don't care about being right about you shouldn't do this and shit. That's for you. But the man is an icon. You're not. And if he's broke, oh well, he gonna make money. Just like Tyson, Roy Jones, and anybody else that steps in the ring that got an iconic name. Okay? So I don't care about people getting mad at Mario Barrios because he took the fight. Fine, I'm not mad. When Canelo retires and he wants to come back in the ring and fight somebody and skip the line, right? Remember my last video? I said, y'all keep talking about this man skipped the line, but Errol Spence is not an icon, and he skipped the division at 154, and he cock-blocked Terrence Crawford and shake hands with Sebastian Fedorov, saying we're going to do the fight, and where's Errol Spence now? Where the fuck is Errol Spence now? Every minute he's coming back. This man ain't come back. So, at the end of the day, These are the last Mohegans. I think Manny Pacquiao is one of the last. And if he wants to go out on his shield or whatever happened, because Manny Barrios could crack. He could crack. And that crack, you know, as you get older, they said the brain and the water in the brain and this and that. But Manny Pacquiao, man, from all the wars I've seen him in, and he's been getting hit. He's been getting hit. He takes one to give one. I don't see no problem with him. I'm looking at him. He's talking. He has abilities and stuff like that. He's built for it. He's a warrior. So whatever be will be. When you leave this earth, is either you stand for something or nothing. And like I said, in my mind now, as I get older, I used to represent stupidity and bullshit. But now, as I get older, you have to make a choice, good or evil. And if I have to die for a good cause, I'll die. And that's the way I want to leave. Death over bondage, baby, and death for truth. Because that's the best way to leave this earth. It's the best way to leave this earth if you do something right for righteousness. And that's all I'm seeing now in my life. Like, I don't care about all this other foolishness. Fear? Yeah, all right, whatever, man. So all these people talking that shit about he should have not, he do this, and don't worry about these, man. Let them kick rocks, man. Just do what you gotta do, Manny. And at the end of the day, like, I have no feelings. When I see this fight, I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to show that I pay for it for the ninjas. I'm going to say, hey, look, I'm paying for the fight, right? I have Prime, Amazon, but whatever, if I got to pay $180, I don't care. Because this man brings me great fights over the decades. Decades, dog. And I have to represent this man because that's what he does. You hear the Philippines? Crime stops when he fights. Do you understand that? Crime stops when this man fights. Yeah. So, I don't care about these ninjas in America talking about, oh, nobody want to see that fight. Dog, this man have a whole country. Matter of fact, this man has, most of the world know this man. You talking about little United States. I'm fucking spitting, right? I'm spitting. Right? Yeah, I know you're so specific. Every little fucking detail. Do I got yampi in my mother can't die? Do I got yampi in my mother can't die? What I got a book in my nose? Everybody complaining about every little fucking nitpick thing about boxing. Every fucking thing, right? Oh, he shouldn't do this. He shouldn't do that. These ninjas always fucking complain. You can't. That's why I can't do videos all the time about these motherfuckers. These boxers, and I can't deal with these fucking fans. That's why I don't do lives and super chats and ask for you to help me with my fucking videos. I come and I go. What's my last video? The paternity test. Look, only got 12 views. It's cool. But the one before after that, with Manny Pacquiao, 2.5 thousand. Okay, whatever. I don't care. I do what I want. So Manny Pacquiao, you do what you want. Don't worry about these dudes. Don't worry about these dudes. This man has a whole, this man has fans all over the world. But when you live in your little bubble and you want to complain and nitpick about he shouldn't take the fight, bro, who cares what you think, bro? I'm looking at the overall situation, not what you think. And this man has a country. And this man gets supported by this country. It is what it is. United States is, 350 million people, right? He has his country and he has other people around the world that want to see him fight. And everybody's going to come out and see this fight. So, at the end of the day, good luck to Mario Barrios. Good luck to Manny Pacquiao. And like I said, I don't feel no way how this fight goes. If he wins, Manny Pacquiao, congratulations. Nothing new. And if Mario Barrios wins, congratulations. It is what it is. I just hope that everybody come out and it's a competitive fight. And that's basically it. I'm not giving you a prediction of if Manny's going to win or because, like I said, Father Time is here. And it either could swing his way or it don't swing his way. But the man is in the ring for it to swing anyway. That's the way I see it. So I'm not here to change your mind. I'm here for you to read between the lines. It's not what they say, it's what they're not saying. I mix the lies with the truth and the truth with the lies. But at the end of the day, you love lies and hate the truth. And I'm going to let you understand one thing. I love hate. I love hate. But one thing I fucking hate, one thing I really truly hate, but I love hate, is fake love. I hate fake fucking love. But I love all the hate. So come on, give it to me. I love it. It fuels me. It fucking fuels me. But that fake love shit, nah, I ain't with it. Once I get an indication of that shit, scram, get the fuck out my life.